welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a topic that is not so much along the lines of writing your book, but more so after the fact when you're about to publish it or maybe you already have published it. And that topic is how to build your author platform or how to establish your presence online. Before we get started, I do want to say that there are multiple ways to build your author platform and or establish your online presence. However, in this video, I want to talk about the things that I've done that have worked for me in the hopes that they will work for you or that you will find some aspects of my path helpful. This video is not going to be a tutorial on how to build a website, how to create a Facebook page, or how to start a YouTube channel. What I'm about to talk about is the foundation on top of which you will create all of those other things. In a sense, I'll be talking about the softer or intangible aspects of building your author platform and your presence online. So if you're looking for a step one, find a website host type video, this isn't it. However, what I'm about to talk about is crucial if you want to build a successful online platform, which is what we all want. Otherwise, why bother? So with that said, let's begin. Number one, define your theme. Now, we're not talking about genres of books or themes of books, but as someone who is about to establish their presence online, you will need to determine the type of presence you want to have. This is a little challenging to explain, so let me give you an example using myself. My theme, besides being a young adult author who writes science fiction and fantasy stories, is a writer who's trying to live a happy, healthy, well-balanced lifestyle. A lot of writers tend to put on what I like to call the Hemingway persona, where they believe that they need to feel tortured or be in pain or agony when they write in order to produce anything of value. My theme is the opposite of that. I actually think that we produce our best work when we're our best selves, which is living a happy, healthy, well-balanced lifestyle. So that's my theme, and it's reflected in my social media posts, my writing advice videos, and my personal and day-in-the-life vlogs. When choosing your theme, just make sure to pick one that is true to who you are. Make sure it's authentic, because otherwise, I hate to break it to you, but you'll fail, which leads into step number two, which is to be authentic. If you're going to establish your presence online, then you need to make sure that the content that you're putting out there is true to who you are. There's no sense in trying to copy or imitate what another person out there is already doing. Why? Because it's already being done, and it's probably being done really well if there are other people out there who are trying to copy or imitate it. Here's the problem. Since it's already being done and being done well, there's no reason to create a duplicate because you're constantly going to be trying to live up to what the other person is doing, and they're already miles and miles ahead of you. So you're essentially setting yourself up to fail. Don't do it. Instead of trying to imitate somebody else, just be true to yourself. Dig deep and find what makes you tick. We all have gifts within ourselves that can be shared with the world through our own unique perspective or our own unique lenses, if you will. So don't cut the world short by trying to be a lesser version of someone else. Be a first-rate version of yourself. Do that and you will go far. Plus, people can always spot a fake, so just be yourself. Number three, choose your darlings. So now that we understand how important it is to pick a theme and to stay true to who you are, it's time for you to pick where you want to be present online. Between YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, Snapchat, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Insta Stories, blah, blah, blah. It can be really overwhelming to figure out where to start. So the first thing you should do is determine where your audience lives in the social media world. Again, I'll use myself as an example. I write young adult books. After doing some research, I found that my audience, which are young adults ages 12 to 25, spend most of their time on YouTube and Snapchat. So that's where I've decided to be most present. Now, I'm also very active on Instagram because some of my audience does live in that space. And I've always loved taking pictures and posting quotes, so that is more of a feel good for me thing. It's just a bonus that some of my audience lives in that space. Everything I post to Instagram is automatically synced to my Twitter and Facebook page accounts because, again, even though the audience there is smaller, they're still there and I want to cater to them. By syncing my accounts, I don't have to create new content each time I post to a different platform. I have a Pinterest account, but it's mostly for personal use where I save pretty pictures or quotes because it's fun and I like it. But YouTube and Snapchat are my bread and butter. It's where my audience lives, so that's where I live. Now, if you're writing a how-to book for DIY crafts or a cookbook, then Pinterest is going to be essential for you because what do a lot of people go to Pinterest for? DIY craft ideas and recipes. Just do some research and figure out where your audience lives and create your accounts. And don't worry because you can always create other accounts if needed later on. Number 4, interaction is key. As writers, we tend to be solitary people, but let me tell you, that really changes when you decide to build an online platform and publish a book. Most likely, whatever content you decide to post, there are going to be people who have opinions on it. They may have questions, want your advice, or just want to talk to you. For me personally, I love interacting with people. I also love helping and inspiring people, so that's exactly why I created a YouTube channel offering writing advice for aspiring authors. I love receiving emails and messages with well thought out questions and helping other people solve their writing and publishing problems. It's fun for me. And interacting is how you're going to build that loyalty and trust. They're able to connect with you on a more personal level, and it's neat to have the opportunity to meet people on the interwebs that you may never have the chance to meet in person. So if you're someone who loathes talking and communicating with other people, creating an online presence may not be the right path for you. Then again, it seems like if you're trying to promote your business or your work nowadays, you need to have an online presence. As a writer and soon to be published author, it's just something you have to decide whether or not it's worth it for you. I think it most definitely is. Number 5, be consistent. When you start to build your platform and are posting things pretty regularly, it's important to be consistent. Make a schedule. As more and more people are drawn to your YouTube channel or Pinterest boards or Instagram feeds or Facebook page, it's even more important to be consistent and to post regularly. When you say you're going to post new content on Tuesdays and Saturdays, you better post new content on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Not posting when you say you're going to post is the quickest way to lose the interest of potential readers, subscribers, followers, etc. People are checking on your platform and following you because they like the content you're putting out there. If you're not consistent with your content and your posting schedule, then people will feel as though they can't depend on you and they'll stop coming to your platform. So keep this in mind. No consistent new content equals less traffic equals a decreasing author platform. And finally, number 6, thick skin and the high road wins. Anytime you're going to put yourself out there and be vulnerable, you can expect there's going to be a handful of people or more that are going to try to tear you down. These people will criticize you. They will say mean and hurtful things to you. They'll say mean things just to say mean things. And so, my friends, if you're serious about creating an author platform and building an online presence, consider yourself forewarned. There will be people who send you rude emails. There will be people who try to harass you. There will be people who try to tear you down and drag you to their levels of insecurity and unhappiness. There's really no avoiding it. But where there's darkness, there is light. So, without sounding too cheesy, be the light. You're going to have to grow some really thick skin. You're going to have to learn how to not take things too personally. And along with that, you're going to have to learn how to not react. As mean or as rude or as hurtful as some of the things someone may say to you, choose not to respond. By responding, you're only giving them attention and you're only going to fall further down the rabbit hole with that person. Just know that you will never change their mind. Their minds are set on what they believe and there's no changing it. So don't bother, ignore it and move on. I always like to remind myself that it's not my business when it comes to what another person thinks of me. It is absolutely none of my business. If they don't like me or the content I'm putting out there, then that's their problem. That has nothing to do with me. I'm too busy living my own life, being awesome, having fun, and being happy. So I just don't have time for that shit. And you shouldn't either. So there you have it. That's my advice to you for building an author platform and creating an online presence. If you like the content today, please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Both of my books, The Alpha Drive and The Order of Omega, are available for purchase on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, The Book Depository, and Books A Million. You can also order signed copies. All of the links are in the description box below. I will be attending BookCon June 3rd and June 4th in New York City this year. I will have a table where I will be selling and signing copies of my books, so I would love for you to stop by so I can meet you in person. I have teamed up with Audible, the premier provider of digital audiobooks with over 180,000 titles to choose from, to give you guys some free stuff. If you go to audibletrial.com/KristenMartinBooks, then you can get a free audiobook download and a free 30-day trial for their service. My books are not yet available in audiobook format, but this is something I'm working on for the future. If you didn't already know, I've opened up a Society6 store where you can get some neat #AuthorLife goodies like mugs, pillows, laptop cases, and sleeves. Head on over to society6.com/authorKristenMartin to check it out. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, make sure you do that for daily writing, inspiration, and advice, as well as to stay up to date on any giveaways or price promotions that might be going on. If you have any questions or anything you'd like me to talk about in one of my next videos, feel free to tweet at me at @AuthorKristenM, or you can leave a comment down below. You can also ask a question or post a comment anonymously on my Ask Me Anything page on Tumblr. Again, all the links are listed below. Thank you so much again for watching. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel on your way out. Don't forget, I post new writing advice videos on Mondays and personal day in the life vlogs on Thursdays. I will see you guys next time. Bye.